So, good morning, South Africa and joberg2c. Actually today would be the first stage of joberg2c 2020. Unfortunately, we can't do it. We thought we are in Germany, by the way. We thought we are going from Heidelberg to Frankfurt. Actually, the same like the first stage joberg2c. So that means myself and a bunch of cool people. We are in Heidelberg now, and we start our way to Frankfurt, of course. So first stop, and of course we have our very own private Avis van rental supporter car with us, with all the food and drinks and stuff. Bananas like joberg2c. We are now in the Odenwald, little range of mountains, and somewhere far in the distance you can see Frankfurt already. So second water stop. We don't have Borrowers, but we have Wiener Würstchen. It's almost the same. So you can see joberg2c on a gravel bike. Nothing is impossible.
For the last 10 years, the final week of April has seen over 800 mountain bikers tackle a 9-day joberg2c as they ride from Heidelberg outside Johannesburg and finish on the KwaZulu-Natal south coast. While it is a race for some, it is more a soulful journey through the heart of South Africa for the majority of the field. Like so many events, this year's joberg2c was cancelled as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. Toyota Cadence caught up with the three race organisers, farmer Glenn Hoare in Ikopo, farmer Gary Green in Winterton, and city boy Craig Wapnick in Johannesburg.
Look, Gerald, I think we've tried to rather focus more on a postponement to next year. It seems like quite a long way away, but our riders have been absolutely blown away by and large. I think primarily those that know us and those that know what joberg2c is about the community have responded really, really favourably. Those that are a bit unsure, we've dealt with on an individual basis to talk to them about it. So there's some people that don't know what we're about, that it's their first time, and we've had to explain to them how it works. And so far, so good. I think people are wanting to ride their bikes. They're desperate to ride their bikes, so they've got a year to train.
So what have you offered them in recompense for this year's cancellation?
So Gerald, we've basically come up with a way that we can keep the event alive with the same riders and ask them to contribute a small fee towards next year because of costs incurred this year. Effectively, joberg2c is having a non-year. So we and all our communities are having a non-year to make this happen. We could have gone back to them with a smaller refund, and which wouldn't have been very, very nice for the rider. So we've said, let's work together and try and see if we can make this happen next year with the current riders. We know that it's not going to suit everybody, obviously, but by and large, everyone's come back really positive with this idea, and I think it's going to help make sure that the event happens next year in a big way.
Let's go to Gary Green, farmer Gary, down the middle sort of few days of the event of joberg2c, which takes us from Heidelberg down to Scotbro or the coast of KwaZulu-Natal. It goes through your areas, your lands. What sort of impact has this had on your event or your area?
Yeah, Gerald, so we had actually started preparing quite a bit. So there was quite a bit of work on the go. But we severely impacted. A lot of people work on the route. So the 300 kilometers, there's a lot of preparation that goes into it. And it's people really haven't got that much to do anymore.
I suppose you've had to go back to farming.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good part of it. But it's not only the people that work on the route, it's severely impacted all the people that run the water points. I mean, you've done the event yourself many times, and especially the schools, that host everyone overnight. So it's had a ripple effect the whole way down the route, from everyone who works on the event to the people that benefit.
Yeah, let's move further down the route to Glenn Hoare down in Ikopo, farming down that part of the world. Farmer Glenn, I mean, you've got obviously also another event that follows on after Joburg2c. But you have an intimate relationship with the people in the valleys down there. What's their reaction been, and what's the impact expected to be on them?
Yeah, Gerald, well, the rural communities, I mean, they've accepted it. You know, I've actually been quite amazed how they've bought into our president's guidelines, really. And yeah, they've all been very understanding. Obviously, they are going to miss Joburg2c, but you know, they understand why it's happened and the reasons for it, and they know that it's paramount that everyone keeps safe.
I mean, Joburg2c's developed a reputation as being the ride. It's got a soulful feel about it. It's a ride through hundreds of farms. You get to really close to the communities. You get a real feel for South Africa. And in this type of an environment we're in at the moment, I know we can't ride it, and I know it's not happening. But it is the sort of thing that we'd really like to be doing now, to sort of bring us back to where we belong.
Joburg2c is about the experience more than anything else, I think, and it's about experiencing this country, and it's long enough to put life into perspective. You know, you often after 4 days you start wondering why you in the rat race that you're in. You know, when you see communities that pull together and look after all the riders, and you know, the kids at those rural schools that you know, they're just real community-based events, and I think a lot of people, I mean, I was chatting to a Dutch guy that was riding a couple of years back, and he was saying you could never do that in their country, you know, because they handed everything, they get everything. They don't need to help with paying teachers and running schools. And I think you know, South Africa's got a really tight community, especially the rural communities. We just have to pull together to get through life. I think Joburg2c is long enough. It's not a 3-week event where you really search the soul, but it's long enough to be able to care about the rider next to you, because you know there's a lot of camaraderie in the event, because you know that one day you're going to have a bad day, you're going to have mechanicals, and you hope someone's going to help them. So it's a big difference, you know, when you actually watch the guys doing Joburg2c. There's a lot of camaraderie. You know, if someone has a puncture, 3 guys stop and help them. It's a 3-day stage race where everyone just races past the 4 guy that's had a mechanical, and likewise when someone's battling, you know, and it's an event that's a journey, but at the same time it's something that does move you.
Right, I mean, it's almost like a reality check. It's a reset. Do you foresee the 2021 or 2020 Joburg2c in 2021 being something really special, being a little different next year?
Yeah, Gerald, what's been happening behind the scenes of riders doing the route at the moment, there's a whole bunch of riders riding 9 days indoors, okay, that have decided to take on each day in full indoors. We've got a video from one of our water points who've put this most special water point like video together to show how much they're missing us. So there's this kind of weird camaraderie that, you know, it is harder to sort of explain this to people who haven't done it yet, because you don't want to overly talk about yourselves or the communities. But the reality is that I think you're right. I think there's this kind of deep-seated appreciation which Glenn speaks about, which is going to creep into society, which is already creeping into society, of I just want to ride my bike. I just want to be out there with some special people riding my bike where we can have and share experiences. So I think, you know, if this settles down and we ride in 2021, which is looking good, it's going to be extremely special. I think it's going to be kind of euphoric.
Yeah, I mean, Gary, Craig, unfortunately, has got a fairly small property in comparison to the 2 farmers. You 3 bring an extraordinary camaraderie and a sense of fun, but direction as well to the event. It's a strange environment. It's a strange situation not to be together after these 11 years, isn't it?
Yeah, Gerald, we obviously it's a great friendship that we've got, the 3 of us. I think Glenn and I are quite similar, but WAP is just very strange in every sort of way. So he adds a whole dynamic. So I think that's what makes an amazing team. So yeah, we've ridden the dry run every year. We were talking the other day. So we've probably ridden 11,000 Ks together now. So we know each other really well. Craig is still the worst cyclist out of all of us, except when it comes to technical. But yeah, so going ahead, it's an empty month. You know, April we're normally so involved already from a couple of months back. So it is a different feeling. Yeah, we carrying on the farm here. It's great to be a farmer in South Africa now. We taken on the extra responsibilities now of producing enough food for our country. So we're patriotic, we positive, and we're going to be back next year, as Craig said, even better. And we really look forward to hosting the game next year.
Farmer Glenn down at Copo Way. I know you could probably go and name every single one of the cows in the field behind you. What have you got there, Glenn?
Yeah, we're Jersey farmers, so we milk cows and send milk up to Joburg, and yeah, they process it there into yogurts, and yeah, we milk 2,000 cows now, and it keeps us busy. So yeah, there's lots going on. In some ways, it's been really nice to actually spend this busy time of the year, when we're re-establishing all our winter pastures and we're making maize silage. You know, so it's a busy time of the year for us, and it's also the best time of the year really for riding, and that's why we chose these days for joberg2c. You know, so it is a little bit unfortunate that I miss out on silage cutting and helping my son plant pastures every year, but this year we've managed to get it right. Murray was saying to me this morning at about 4 o'clock, Dad, I think we really nailed it this year. So yeah, it's I think for everyone, you know, not just for all farmers and the fact that we've been doing mountain bike events during the time of year, but I just think for everyone, suddenly they've got a renewed appreciation for their garage because they've managed to tidy it for the first time in 20 years or 30 years. You know, they just been in the rat race, and you just haven't had time for not only just doing those DIY things around your house, but you know, spending time with your kids and discovering all these new games that you've heard about and never played. And so, as bad as it is, you know, in some ways, I think it's given us time to really see things sort of in a different light at a different time.
Craig Wapnick, that tree behind you, what is it?
A tree is where I keep my Paga Stage Max, just in the hope that I can get out to ride soon. We've been building courses around the house. There's a few videos going around of the boys doing drop-offs off the kitchen tables and stuff like that. We don't have the farm space that my two partners do, but we have made the best of the space we do have. And also, every time, you know, we think of space, we think of people who don't have space and that are locked down in a much more severe way. So you just got to make the best of what we do. And that bicycle behind me is a symbol of hope. It's a symbol of what we're trying to do. But at the same time, I think when we do get out, yeah, we're going to go wild with appreciation and really, really it'll take on a new meaning.
Craig Wapnick, thanks very much for joining us, to Farmer Gary Green in Winterton, and to Farmer Glenn Hoare down at Copa Way from joberg2c. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you in 2021 for joberg2c 2020.